Sergey took one off the foot there in the third period. What's his status right now?
Just a bruise. Yeah, just a bruise. He'll be fine. Webby just lobbed that one in. So.
Lob and a bruise.
Yeah, no, he'll be fine. He's pretty tough.
Another big game for Anders out there. What can you say about how he's been for you guys?
Well, he's been great. I mean, I was first period. I thought we really left him out to dry, especially early. We talked about getting off to a good start. We really didn't. We put him under siege a little bit more than we wanted to, but he played really good. And I thought it was a difficult night for him because a lot of the pucks were being tipped and redirected and stuff like that. And they had a lot of wraparounds and stuff like that, which go off your own people's skate and find people back door, that type of thing. So that was actually a pretty difficult night, and I thought he really gave us a chance to get our legs under us, if you will, and then we got the lead, and I thought obviously getting the 2 goals in the second period, I think with the way the Islanders have gone through a little tough time right now. We got the second goal was real huge, and then you get the third one right away. I think that was, but they didn't give up. They got a lot of character still over there, and they got a young team with some talent there. That's it.
What'd you say in first intermission to kind of turn things around?
Well, I don't know if I just said, one thing we wanted to do was let's get back to Predator hockey. Let's get our pace up. We wanted to play fast, and we were just slowing everything down. And when you play fast, you play a little sharper and that type of thing. And I just said, let's do what we need to do. If here's a team that's on the brink. Second goal is going to be huge. Let's make sure we take care of our end and get the second goal. And the guys responded and did a real good job.
You did have that first goal. You've been scoring much more in the first period lately. How important is that to your
it was important against the Islanders because of the fact that they've been, having a little bit of trouble coming back, if you will, and getting the first goal tonight I thought was really, really huge against them because it puts a little doubt in their mind, and when you're going through some tough times, it becomes a bigger mountain to climb. And I thought tonight getting the first goal was real huge. If they scored in the first couple shifts there, it might be a totally different attitude. They're a young team, and they've got some really dynamic guys like John Tavares, real dynamic. And we don't know the players as well from the East. We don't play them a lot, but guys like Molson had a real good breakout year last year. He's real dangerous. And Parento is a player that I didn't know much about. I thought he was pretty good. So it was real important that we got the first goal, and Anders was the reason that got us sort of going. So
did you put Spalling on that late power play, trying to get him a goal? Or?
Yeah. I think if I didn't, I would have had a mutiny on the bench. The guys, one of the biggest cheers, if you ever see our bench when he scored, our bench went crazy. It was great. The guys, I think, players, and he's just such a good player and a good teammate, but I think they really respect how he handles himself, how he prepares himself, how he plays, how he gives of his body, how he's detailed, and he's had a few chances and hasn't buried them. And when we had the 5-on-3, we just get him out there, and if you watch it, everybody was trying to feed him, and we put Patrick out there, had 2 goals, so we're hoping something good happened, and it really did. It was a great pass over to Spalls there, and when he scored, everybody's arms went up, mine too. He's just one of those guys that you appreciate. So that was a good night for him, and it'll be something he'll remember for a long time, I think.
And he was a big part of the penalty kill. Again,
he's been a huge part of it. He's him and the 4 main guys up front, him and Smitty and Ward and Erat, and then obviously all the defensemen who are part of that. They've really given us a lot of strength there, no question.
How worried are you, Coach Steetson, if he's a little bit slow to get as good a role as he's been on, if this might set him back?
Well, I'm not that worried because I think he's there for us. You see that he's seems to get better every game. having more chemistry. He made a great play. Probably should have had an assist on Webbs. He set Webbs up. Webbs came in sort of late, and I don't know where that puck went, but he's been playing really well. So, I don't think he's injured, so I don't think it is a problem. But anybody who gets injured and misses some time, you always worry about, how long is it going to be before they get back on track. But I'm not too worried about Sergei. I think Sergei's got a lot of confidence. We got a lot of confidence in Sergei right now.
Nice for Hornquist to get those 2 goals.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Hornquist has been pressing a little bit, and sometimes you just get that goal that just sort of gets you relaxed again. And one thing about Horny is that he's very, very competitive. He's always around the net, and sometimes you get frustrated if you're not scoring, and you get a couple goals, then you sort of get that mojo back, and hopefully that's a good sign for not only Patrick but for us.
You mentioned
It's
Saturday.
basically the same thing. He's back at the zone scoring wise. You feel like this is happening with least him for the next few games probably.
Yeah, well, I did tonight. I thought he was really hard on the puck, and I moved him up and moved. I just switched him and Wilson on and I felt he was going tonight. So I felt I'd hopefully grab some momentum for him and the way he was playing. So.
You mentioned Saturday that the last couple games were kind of trap games, big to beat a couple teams that you should shut them out.
Yeah, well, it shows some maturity. I think one of the things that I'm finding out, you talk to everybody around the league, and the league is so competitive. You look at the West. I mean, there's so many teams, and every game is so big, and sometimes the human reaction is okay. I can take a breather tonight. This is we should be able to beat these guys or what have you. And you tend to just bring that mental focus and attitude down a little bit, and then all of a sudden, try to ramp it up and you can't, and you get frustrated and all that. I think we showed a lot more maturity in the last 2 games of making sure that we take care of business. We could have a little more detail. I thought against Florida, we were much better against Florida than we were tonight. But at the same time, I think we're maturing where the fact that, tonight, the Islanders were a team that have a tremendous amount of injuries. They were a little bit scarred from some of the losses, and we took care of business. So it started with Lindback, and then everybody sort of followed suit. So he set the tone, and that just shows, I think, some maturity of just got to take very care of business when business calls type of thing.
You got another gear for Wednesday?
Do we have a what?
Do you have another gear for Wednesday?
Well, we're going to have another gear. San Jose's, they're playing tonight. They'll be heading here tomorrow. So we're going to have another gear. And this is a real tough week for us. We got 5 games in 8 nights, counting Saturday to Saturday. We got some travel, and we got a back-to-back. So, we've just got to be really mentally tough this week. And then if we can get through the week really well here, hopefully we get a little time off, Sunday or Monday too. So.
But all this recent success, even without Rene, can you talk about how big this is to go down this stretch with your backup goaltender and you're winning games?
Well, it's going to be. It's becoming sometimes you have some misfortune and Peck's being hurt. The good fortune is that you're finding out, what Lindback can do, and then you can look at right after Christmas. All of January, you're playing every second night. You got lots of travel. You got big games. You got more divisional games. You got more conference games, and having the ability to use 2 goaltenders, that's tremendous for us. And I don't think we'll have any problem putting one or the other in the net, and that going forward is a good advantage for us.
Thank you.